Hi, and welcome to episode 12 of the New and Blue Show. I'm Eric Hawkins. This is Truman, one of our technical experts, and you've seen him on some videos. We are here to, first of all, show you new product that has happened since the last time we did a New and Blue Show, which was quite a few months ago. But we're going to run through some new things, tell you why we made them, the features of those things. Some of them are in front of us here. Some of them will cut away to video because they're bigger things. But let's get started. Yeah. CC 4.2, we've made a CC 4 for many years. Tell us about the CC 4.2.
So CC 4 was really important when T-type or flat top SRAM chains came about. We needed to measure differently. We needed to measure from front of a roller to the front of a roller. That's why we came out with it. This second generation of it is offering another measurement at the tip. So now we are doing 0.5% elongation, 0.75, and 1% elongation. So we added the 1%. And that's the big change, going to the 0.2 for the CC4. So CC 4.2, great tool, works on all types of bicycle chain, especially important for flat top SRAM chains. That's the CC 4.2.
All right, JH4. And JH4 is in our line of JH, which, little inside information, means junk holder. So we started with a basic one for a countertop, and now we've expanded that. Basically, it's storage for things we make.
And this one's for our bleed kits. So we only have, there's one JH4, but it works with both of our bleed kits. It comes with 2 sets of stickers. So it'll come with a set of stickers for the mineral option, and it'll come with a set of stickers for the DOT option. If you have both of those bleed kits, you'll need 2 JH4s, and you'll put 1 set of stickers on one, and you'll put 1 set of stickers on the other. But you've got storage for all of the fittings that come with the kit. It also has a little drip tray that you can take off and pour out as it fills up as needed, as the hoses are allowed to drain. It's a nice, easy way to store all of your stuff. Very much a fun thing about this one is it was very much inspired by some of our displays at our shows. So at Sea Otter or some of like Eurobike, where people really enjoyed, like, oh wow, that's a cool way of storing that. Do you offer that?
Yeah,
so
they said, can I get that? And it's like, well, no, it's made out of a wheel dishing gauge and a few other parts we had around. So, and this is made to go on pretty much any surface, but pegboard.
Pegboard, you can put it on flatboard with just drilling holes, but it's also spaced correctly for European square pegboard or whatever that is called.
You might have to get creative, but
yeah. And you may need to, it'll need to be bolted on there because there's not fittings for those square pieces. So yeah, but it's versatile in that way.
This is the BMT1, bead mover tool. And actually Truman had a lot to do with the development of this tool because he knows the problem we were trying to solve. So run us through that one.
So problem we were originally trying to solve is we get a lot of calls about people trying to break a really tight tubeless bead, typically a tubeless bead. It could be a tube as well. But trying to break that bead free of the rim and trying to get that bead into the drop center. So what this tool does is you'll put it over the tire kind of comes in here, clamp it down, make sure that it's tight, and it has this round fitting on the end so you can put a tool through in there and tighten it up. And then you'll take this tool and the rim will kind of be here, and the tool, you'll lever it over, and it will pull the bead from this side into the drop center as this kind of slides to the side on the rim. And so it makes breaking beads almost like magic. It makes it extremely easy. It's kind of just people pop, oh, that was easy. And then if you were to try to do that same one with your hands, your thumbs would hurt after that process.
Hurt, yeah.
So this,
what we were finding was we've made a tool in our line, the PTS1 tire seater tool. It was designed back in the 70s for the old beads to pull the bead up because sometimes it would be below the top surface of the rim.
It's the opposite problem.
Right. And so we were selling more and more of those because people were trying to use those to break the bead, and that is not what that tool is made for. So this solves a very big problem. All these little bits out here, 3D printed parts.
Yeah, so these storage for some of our kind of like more awkwardly shaped products, and we're offering these on our website. You can go to our website and get a file, and you can either print it on a printer that you have, a 3D printer that you have, or send it to a 3D printing farm or something that you want where you can have it printed. And if, say, you're in Europe, these on our prints come with standard 1-inch spaced pegboard hooks, but you can take that drawing and bring it to somebody who can adjust it to make it for the peg or the boards that you're trying to fit it onto. But these are really nice ways and very secure ways of storing your tools on the board, and it looks really good, and it's a lot of fun.
We recommend you print them in blue, though.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, right. Okay, now we're going to get to one of those bigger things, and this is a kind of a running change without a dramatic shift in the tool's performance, but it's a PRS 2-0.4, basically the fourth iteration of a PRS 2, although we've had other iterations before we didn't actually designate. But what we're doing now is trying to get away from nickel chrome. And nickel chrome, although it lasts forever, stays really good looking, there are some problems with it. And where we can, we're trying to move away from nickel chrome, environmental reasons, cost reasons. The price of us plating things in nickel chrome has tripled in the last 5 years even, just because of all the regulations. So the PRS 2.4, the top tube is now powder coated, and the upright, which can rotate in the stand and needs to go up and down, we're using a process called salt bath nitride. And it's basically a heat treating process. So it makes an extremely hard surface, and it's not going to scratch, it's not going to chip. You can use powder coat, but it will get beat up. And we really like this process, and it makes the surface harder. So that's the change in the PRS 2.4. We move over to the TS 4.3, a similar story, but Truman will tell you about that.
Yeah, TS 4.3, we had a nickel chrome uprights. We've now gone to powdered uprights for a similar story here. We did some other changes on the TS 4.2, some other updates to it to make it a little bit easier and quicker for people to use. One of the things you're going to notice, the caliper finger adjustment knob now has a speed knob on it, so it makes adjusting for different sizes of tires and rim widths and all that much quicker and easier. Another thing that you'll notice is the visual on the back. So like as you're looking through past the finger, made a much larger white sticker, and we actually, the one on the very bottom, we actually draped it around the front or the side facing the mechanic, so that there's no dead space in that white field that you see behind the caliper finger. Really, some really good updates to this tool. Really happy with it. The black uprights look really good. So TS 4.3,
right.
Great little tool.
All right, now we're going to move to this, which you can't see from this angle, but we'll show you some video. This is the PRS 30. So we make a electric motor-driven repair stand, the PRS 33.2. And this is a mechanically driven repair stand. So you see we have the hand crank here. We can also make this go up and down with a hand drill. So basically the handle comes off, the drill goes on here, and we can make it go up and down. And that'll lift 120 pounds. You can get that with, it comes with legs and wheels so you can move it around, or you can get it without the legs and bolt it up to one of our solid steel plate bases, similar to a PRS-3.
And great for 12-volt drills, 8 or 18-volt drills. We haven't found really any drills that won't work with
they're
it.
plenty powerful enough to lift a heavy bike.
Yeah.
And again, you can use the hand crank. The drill is much faster. A couple accessories that go with that. 104-30, which is a work tray that goes on here. And the PRS TT-2, which is more of a work center. It's got a magnet bar, it's got a place to put a tablet, it's got tool holders, it's got a hook to hang a wheel on. So both of those will go on here, and you can look those up on our website. DT 2.2.
Yeah, DT 2.2. So we added a second slot to this steel tool. And this one will go up to 2.5 millimeter width. That's the change on this one. Some things that we definitely kept in mind for this tool was the space from this slot to where the spokes will be. Sometimes that space can be a little bit small. So we made sure to keep that slot close enough with also keeping enough material between it so that these will not open. So if you're trying to bend one of those large rotors, they are very difficult to bend. So you need a lot of strength, and this tool is very strong. This slot will not open. Same thing with the smaller one. And the long slot also got opened up a little bit. We found that we didn't need to add a second slot because this slot still maintained, it still was very, very functional for the thinner rotors while we opened it up for the little bit larger rotors. So take a look at that tool, really handy.
ASF1. ASF stands for Adjustable Support Fixture. That's what we have right in front of us here. And what we found with the proliferation of cargo bikes and odd-shaped bikes is sometimes it's hard to figure out how to pick them up on a repair stand, especially our electric lift stand. But we made this adjustable, so I guess I should say the start of this project was the kind of moto style frames, like a Super 73 or a lot of people have them now, where there's just no place to clamp. So this goes in, pick your spot that it goes in, it's adjustable, and it can rotate with, like a clamp, and we also have an option for it.
Yeah, we have the 24-inch option as well. So like a long john type cargo bike where there's like the cargo is in the front of the bike. This can kind of go underneath that cargo carrying area in it, or if the bike is wider. Or another use for this one might be if you have two of them, you can lift up and build trailers or work on a trailer or work on some oddball stuff like that, or a scooter, stuff
very
like that.
Handy, very versatile. And the people that we have talked to that are using these right now are in love with them.
And they're using them for standard,
Yeah,
double triangle.
right. I will tell you, this is the base unit. We're building off of that. We have the longer arm, but we also have some other accessories that you'll see in the next few months.
Very, very exciting stuff.
Right. Cargo bikes are really hard. They're heavy on one end, they're super long, they're not balanced, they're hard to pick up. So we're doing our best to give you a way to pick those up. PRS 33 FC, again, PRS 33 is our electric lift stand. We make that stand single-sided, but that you can add a second clamp on the back. That's called the 33 PRS 33 AOK. But some people don't want to put a whole nother electrical unit on the backside, so we are now making a way to put a fixed clamp on it. You can still adjust it, but it's not part of the electrical system. So you would treat it like a normal repair stand where it's fixed in one position, extremely solid because it's on the 33, but it's just another option for your PRS 33.2 or PRS 33, same upright.
Same upright, same spacing.
CBP-6.
Okay, this is a tool meant for Camping No-Low cranks, both Power Torque and Ultra Torque cranks from Campy. And Power Torque cranks have been notoriously difficult to remove. Campy has discontinued those items from their lineup. This new 6, basically, it will pull the bearings and install the bearings for your Ultra Torque cranks. It will still offer the slug for an impact removal of Power Torque cranks. But what it gets rid of is the extracting of that crank, which we saw quite a few issues with, which a lot of people would say was what kind of caused the discontinuation of that method of making those cranks. So this will still work with Power Torque. It is really more focused for the Ultra Torque, bearing removal, bearing install, and overall service of those Ultra Torque cranks. That's the purpose of the CBP-6.
Right. Pump rebuild kits.
Yeah, so we updated our pump a couple of years ago now.
Yep.
So we are the PFP-10. And when we went to the PFP-10, we went to kind of a smart head. So it will automatically, as you push it on, adapt to either Schrader valve or a Presta valve. And so we updated our kits to come with that smart head. So if you need a replacement for any of your Park Tool pumps going back to the PFP-2 or even 1, I think. Yeah. And any of those, you can get one of these new rebuild kits. You can just get the head alone, and you can put that onto all of those.
I think that's it for the new product. We are going to go and talk with Calvin, which if you were online in the month of January, you saw that he is retiring. So we're going to go downstairs right now and talk with Calvin. All right, here we are in the Park Tool lunchroom, and we're having a chat with Calvin Jones. Calvin made an announcement earlier this week, early January, that he is retiring after 29 years at Park Tool. It was fun to watch it all unfold. The internet blew up, tens and 100,000 views. And
our corner of the internet world.
yeah, right.
Anyway. Yeah,
I mean,
that's what counts.
A little bit of a niche, but it was fun to
it was.
blow that up for a day.
Yeah, I should quit more often.
Yeah. Why didn't we think of that? But you know Calvin from our YouTube videos, seminars, events. He's done a lot of writing for us. He's part of our product team. This is for a long, long time. So we know some of your history in the bike world, but give us a synopsis of what you did before you started at Park Tool. And if I remember right, that's 50 years ago now.
Yeah.
Some people said 29 years, that's not a long time, but you had a runway before you started here.
So rear view mirror stuff. All beginning probably running around my dad's tool truck in Glenwood Springs. Me and my
And
brother.
your dad was a Snap-on tool guy.
Snap-on tool guys. It was just a toy truck, so he would throw us out of there. But so being around mechanicking, sorting through the nuts and bolts box. What's this do? What's that do? But tried racing like bikes. I did try my hand at racing and learned what they call pack filler. So you can look that up and see what kind of rider that is. But that didn't work out for me. Bike shop starting in 1972. Then you always think I'll do something else in life, but the bikes just
This is okay for now.
new bike. For now, just another year. U.S. cycling team, race mechanicking, coaching was interesting. Which coaching is kind of a type of teaching. So you can look back and see where my teaching came from. I think that's part of it. And Barnett's Institute, Barnett Bicycle Institute, a lot of teaching there, and then hitting the big leagues here, up in the game.
Well, the Park Tool story with Calvin starts in 1996. Actually started before that because we knew you when you worked at Barnett's, and Barnett's Bicycle Institute was a school that taught bike mechanics. And they're basically 2-week courses? 2-week courses. So it wasn't like a college course, but a lot of people went through there, and a lot of people know Calvin from those days. This was in Colorado. You ended your tenure there. You called me up and you said, hey, I'm just wondering, I don't know how you remember it. I remember, just if there's anything at Park Tool. We flew him up for an interview and we eventually hired Calvin.
Wow.
But what do you remember about joining our small team? Because we
yeah.
were a very small team at that point.
It was real, you fly in here. I wore my tie in, so I'm doing my interview in my suit and tie. And that was interesting. It was scary jumping in, to the big leagues, to no safety net, getting the job, coming up, what do they want me to do? It better be good.
And we didn't really know what we wanted you to do.
But good supportive people here. So I started trying to help it when I could. A big part of that new job is to shut up and watch and learn before you start throwing your, let me tell you what to do, Chief. Let's see what's going on. So that's getting your traction, your feet before you do things like that. Yeah.
Right. Your first day on the job was in the middle of a Minnesota winter.
Yeah.
14th of January, 1997.
Yeah.
Which is now nearly 29 years.
Yeah.
We had no video production at the time.
Nope.
So what did you do when you came to work?
Well, yeah, that's good. It's big cold. That was the winter. Oh, the winter of '79, really bad.
97.
Yeah, 97. So bike mechanics always have great ideas. Right? Oh, we're going to tell you about this tool, but you had to really learn what made sense for a company, right? We can always make the widget tightener -1 that will sell 2 of them. So just again, learning's a big part of it, but trying to collect all the data that we had together, trying to be the technical guy and create that job description.
Right, and part of that is interaction with the industry,
Yep.
including manufacturers.
That's right. And so now I'm calling it a Park Tool, and that's nice. It opens a door. And what are you bringing out new? Where's your product going? Connecting. A lot of that, and then bringing that information into the team here.
Right.
So, yeah.
Right. So there's a few things here, kind of milestones, too. Tell us about the Park Tool School.
Oh, well, Chief, that was your idea.
Well, originally, but I didn't write it.
It was a good
You
idea.
wrote it.
Right. So I brought my curriculum thinking, the teacher's thinking cap with me.
Tell us what it is first.
Right. The Park Tool School is a curriculum that we wrote to help bike shops put on classes. Bike shops are the experts. They know the bike. We want them to take that knowledge, format it, help them format it so they can turn around to their customer and be that expert to their people. And it's for shops that have done it, it's worked quite well. That we want you to have a relationship and be the shop for them. How do you compete? We want you to compete with knowledge. And it really ups the game of the shop, because to explain things to somebody, you have to know it. You can't get up in front of a stage and just pretend blah, blah, blah. They're going to ask you tough questions.
Right. And a lot of these were done in their shop.
That's it. That's what we want it to be.
Right.
We want them to be the hero. And then, of course, we want them to turn around and, how much is that CG 3.2? Let me buy that.
Yeah, but there's an
Sure, we
ulterior
want that.
motive. But for the bike shop as well, teach somebody how their bike works.
Yes.
And the next thing you know, they're interested in, does this work better?
That's
and
right.
And how does that make
right.
my bike better?
Yep. They're going to ride more. Their friends are going to ride more. They're going to get into it.
Right.
It floats the boat. It definitely raises the ocean
right.
of participants.
Right. Then you wrote the Big Blue Book of Bicycle Repair.
Right. So that's the textbook is the Big Blue Book of Bike Repair. It's a standalone manual, and then the teacher's guide goes with it. The BBBTG, the guide for teaching it.
For the Park Tool School.
For the Park Tool School. So yeah, the writing was, writing's difficult, Chief. That old adage, you just sit at a keyboard and open up a vein, even for bike repair. It makes you realize, kids, pay attention in school to your English teachers. It's tough. you have to first get stuff right in your head. You have to really work it through. Is this right? Then you get it down on the keyboard, then you look at it again and again. And then the editors get a hold of it and just rip this up. And then, let's go back at it again. So yeah, the writing it's good. It really, again, sinks it into you for me.
How to dissect a procedure.
Yeah. And the people,
but how to tell people how to dissect the procedure.
And it's the paper's still good. People, how do you want a paper copy?
Right.
Look at the tattered, oily copies out there. People have stuff open when they're working on it. So
that was BBB1.
Yeah.
And then we did
two,
three, and now we're on four.
That's right.
Right.
Yeah.
And at the time, our goal was to be as up to date as possible with what was out in the world.
Yeah.
And of course, that changes all the time.
Sure.
And that's where the internet comes in.
Right.
Because you've also done how many repair help articles on our website?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. More than 100. And the writing.
More than 100 and less than 10,000.
Yeah, right. So a lot of the videos, again, that knowledge comes out of it. We on the videos we try not to. We will now read you the article. We don't do that. We try and bring life to it and teach how it makes sense. But a lot of the basis comes out of that knowledge, and the feedback is good. And being part of our tool, answering the phone and that customer feedback is so you get your finger on the pulse. What do people understand, not understand? They're not using the tool right? They're turning it this way, not this way. So that really helps knowing the public that way.
Tell us about the early Park Tool video days.
Yeah, the videos were, we did articles and then they had JPEG pictures. We were excited, we got a camera. We're really so sophisticated here. And we finally got out of AOL, onto the real wide world of www. Then we got a little camera. They were kind of crude. The editing was all me in iTunes, not iTunes, iMovies.
iMovie, yeah.
And not very sophisticated.
And a lot of this shot with a GoPro.
A lot of it GoPro.
And some of it with the chesty.
Yeah, the chesty was, I think it was kind of fun because I'm reaching for that pepper. This is how I want you to get the pepper, and you're holding it this way. So that it kind of worked. It was a prototype. Let's just call it a prototype, right?
It was a good start.
Yeah, it showed us the potential. And then we ramped up thanks to
Right, and then we invested in it. And our idea, if I can speak to this, our idea was if we're going to do this, we have to do it right.
Yeah.
And we want to be the go-to channel, and this was almost pre-YouTube as well.
Yeah.
That people
the place
say,
to come.
I want to learn how to replace a chain, I'm going to Park Tool.
Right, that's right. We wanted to be that.
Right. So do you like making videos?
That's a difficult question. That's complex. What I'd love to be, I love being at an event, talking to a person, they have a problem, and I'm thinking, I got a video for you. You're trying to fix this thing, we got you covered. I love that. Doing videos is good. It's fun, but there's definitely some stress to it. We have to hit it just right. We come into it with a great team. All right, so me and Truman will come up with ideas and scripts. Dane Whitehead, a videographer and editor, and Joel is our other editor. It's a great team. They don't tell us what to do, but it's great having other people because like jargon can be a great thing. Truman and I were talking about swapping this knowledge and 4-pod, 2-pod, and these guys will say, what does that mean? And we got to think that people aren't going to know that. So, but yeah, no, it's fun. It's what's stressful about it that I really miss is that in-person thing. So with Barnett's and the seminars, I could look them in the eye, and the problem I have is I can't see you there. I want to see what your face is, and are you getting this? We're talking about? Do you have a question? Can I restate that? And when I look into the soul of that lens, it's only Dane behind that, and he's saying stuff like, "Oh, that was good. Do it again." So yeah, I like him, but
now you in the beginning you weren't always comfortable doing videos. I mean, everybody, you see how comfortable he is now in telling the story, But in the beginning,
it's
it took a
tough.
little convincing, let's say, to
Yeah.
say, here's what we're doing, here's how we're going to do it,
Right. We didn't have the live studio audience to,
right, to give you the feedback.
yeah.
Tell us about your typical day at Parkview.
Well, there probably isn't a typical day. It's a big company, and it's not a big company. I mean, we're smaller than 3M, I think, but we're bigger than a lot of tool companies. There's a lot of things you do daily. There's emails, following up on customer service, chasing phone calls for equipment to find out, again, what's coming new and also what's going away. Okay, so if I can drop some news. Cotter pin press, not coming back.
Very disappointing.
Yeah, so, but there's some new things that are coming out there that you got to look at, giving feedback to the engineers, and then again researching for the videos, writing those scripts. It varies a lot.
Yeah. So I don't know if you have a favorite video of all time.
I do.
But what's your favorite video of all time?
I do. It makes me laugh. I can't not watch it and not laugh. And we shot it during COVID. I was very proud of the company that we got to put this up. It is 55 minutes of a spinning wheel. And if you've never seen it, what it does is if you're ever wondered am I a robot, am I some sort of bot, or am I a real human with a soul? You watch that video and you'll know. If it doesn't strike you.
It's the calming Christmas
It's
fireplace.
the calming, yep, and it is,
Because we put it out during Christmas time.
It happened to have been.
Yeah.
That's right. It was that early, the first.
And people watched it.
They loved it. The ones that had a soul loved it. And I do like that. There's some exciting parts there I can't tell you about these.
Yeah, right. But we did come back in every once in a while and spin it again.
Yeah. That hub, White Industries, was some hub, man.
Yeah.
It was a great hub.
Some amazing facts about Park Tool videos. The first video we launched in November of 2010. The first Tech Tuesday, which we still do, was in November of 14. Repair help and related topic videos, about 200.
Yeah.
Number of total posted videos on our YouTube channel, not all with Calvin. We do product videos, storytelling. Truman does repair help, but we're creeping up on 1,000.
Wow.
Top 5 most viewed Park Tool videos. How to size a chain, 3.6 million. How to wrap handlebars, 4.9 million. And that video is referenced in comments all the time. People go, when I have to wrap them, I go back to that video and I watch it.
Comfort food.
Maybe, yeah. How to remove and install a tire and tube, 6.9 million. How to adjust a front derailleur, 8.2 million. And the big one, how to adjust a rear derailleur, 13 million views.
Right.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, and if I could add on that, we're creeping up on our, for subscribers, we're getting closer and closer to 1 million. So if you would go out and get a friend to subscribe as well.
Yeah.
I know the video, Dane and the guys really want that new
We
plaque.
get a really cool plaque.
Yeah. So we're plaque hunting. Yeah.
You've influenced countless professionals and home mechanics, and we've heard from tens of thousands over this week, actually. Who's been influences in your bicycle mechanical career?
Yeah, that's a lot of people. They're going back, a lot of my bosses. Bosses are important people. They guide you and keep you in the right direction. But going way back, some people early on, Pat Sendell at American Cyclery as a young mechanic, John Barnett at Barnett Institute for sure, and some bosses that were interesting, which might be in the thousands, all of the racers that I worked for, and I consider them at that moment my boss when I'm fixing it. So the opportunity to work on that bike, and also the people I get to now have arguments and discussions, not a heated argument, but good debates. Okay, Truman, bringing Truman Purdy on board, have somebody to that peer-to-peer talk. Chip Howitt, another one, I was just arguing with him today. But those people are good to bounce ideas off of. So, yeah.
Would you rather ride a bike or fix a bike?
I'm thinking about that too. This is my ideal ride. We're going to go for any kind of ride, but along the way, we find someone with a problem.
Oh, so both.
Those are the best. Those are the best. And even if we can't, well, now, have you heard about limit screws? Now, watch this little screen, and like, I got to go. Goodbye.
I've been with Calvin when he finds somebody to talk to about their bike.
Yeah.
And it could be in England, it could be in
Oh, yeah.
Germany.
Yeah.
Oh, look at this bike, and he's taking pictures. And
Well,
I don't even have this part scripted, but I will tell you that the guy you see on video that's enthusiastic and passionate about bikes, that's Calvin. That's all the time.
Well, yeah.
Hey, bring that bike in here. I want to see it.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
want to play with it.
I remember. And
He'll take it apart. He may not put it back together, but he'll take it apart.
Andy Hampson one time giving a little talk to juniors, and his comment was, "You learn every time you're on the bike." And I thought, that's brilliant. So I take every bike you get, you should learn from it. There's something to take away from that.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Okay, a little personal thing here. One of the things you're known for, and that is in the comments, especially in the beginning, is the mustache.
Yes.
Have you always had it, and have you ever been without it?
I've been without it for a little bit when my son, this was probably 23 years ago when he was 6, said, shave your mustache off. So you do what your kid says. So I shaved it off. Not a big hit at home, and it never happened again. So
I always thought we could have a really good fundraiser for some charity.
Yes, shave it off.
Yeah, right.
Shave it off.
Yeah.
So,
All right, along with doing videos, writing repair help articles, all your contacts in the industry, you've done many, many trade shows,
Yeah.
events, seminars. A lot of people in the comments this week have mentioned, oh, they saw you at Ice Bike, or they saw you. We used to do a tech summit, remember?
That's right.
We did
Park
that
Tool
for
Tech
3-4 years.
Yeah.
So many personal interactions. Tell us some of your best memories of,
Well,
of
yeah,
those.
the going around and teaching, there's been lots. So, okay, one's a good one, of course. Anytime we're teaching in, the oh so polite British, when you're teaching in England, it's hard to get any feedback. Wake up out there, talk to me. That's been fun. Going to Mexico and have simultaneous translation has been interesting. But a real stressful one, I was thinking about this, is going out to training camps with Julian DeVries, head mechanic for the Discovery mechanic. He was the mechanic for Eddie Merckx. So I was asked by Trek to go out and do seminars for them, and that was stressful. I'm going to go teach the guy who was Eddie Merckx's mechanic. What? And, so did my thing, and afterwards got invited to lunch. So I think I hit the mark there. That was good. So that was a good one. One of the toughest crowds was probably Sea Otter, trying to teach tension, preload, stress and strain, and fasteners to the kids at Sea Otter with balloons and puppets. That was a tough crowd. So, but a lot of different fun. That
Hey, kids,
feedback.
eyes up here.
Yeah.
All right, personally, I believe a big part of our success with videos and repair help specifically comes from your ability to explain and teach. You are a naturally gifted teacher. Now that you've done this for many years, can you tell us what your plan of attack is when you think about getting started and our staff starts planning a video? So you have a subject.
Right. So we have a subject. We kind of go through the bike. If you've looked how we've done it, we're trying to cover the whole bike. We've got the videos, derailleurs, we put on brakes, we bled brakes, blah, blah, blah. So we get a topic, and then we have to figure out what not to cover. So we'll start with the topic. I'll write a script, or Truman will write a script. Then we send each other our script, so you go and tear it up. Truman, how come you're not covering this? And then you forgot to cover that. You'll get told, why aren't you covering this? You're right, we have to cover that. And then throwing stuff out. Dane always wants us to cut. And he's right that way. So then we meet together and do a dry run together. So one of us has to get up there and dance through the thing and talk about, be sure and turn this and this. And then we have to watch and think, what are the angles and what's the vision of what you're going to show, because the visuals of what they're saying, is to say that people are primarily a visual ape. We like to look at things. So we're saying the right words when they're seeing the right thing. Then we'll finally get up to the studio. Lights are nice, the props are there. We don't like to fake props. That's another thing that's important. We did a seat post video, pulling stuck seat posts. Those were all stuck seat posts.
Yeah, and it's hard to find old bike parts that don't work right.
And it's here's another nice new bike that's all beautiful and comes apart. Thank you for joining us.
You can find the really cheap bikes like that.
Well, then it's important to remember that failure. We try not to fail in our videos, but failing at something is education too. Learning from that. So then our editors come in after all that. We get a couple of weeks here. Then Nain and Joel will get that, and then chop it up. Mix it around, get the graphics in, stuff that makes sense. We review it. Eventually, boom, it's out. But that's an important thing, because the problem with YouTube that drives me crazy, once we put it on YouTube, it's out. We can delete the YouTube, but we can't go in and erase.
Can't fix something.
No. So that's the stress part.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. What will Calvin Jones do now with his time and talent?
Yeah, I'm going to ride bikes and think about fixing bikes. That's a big part of it.
A big change. Then.
Yeah, big change. I mentor a high school team with the state's got a high school mountain bike league, and I mentor a group here. We have equipment managers. So in this spring, it's very exciting. I got a new technique I'm going to try in teaching about fasteners, a new technique. So that's what I would even do with the videos here. I use them to think about and try something and see if it works. Then I'll bring it here. So they're like my little petri dish there. Try and see if it works for the kids. I'll come and teach it here. And then also some other nonprofits locally. And I'm on the board for Project Bike Tech, where we try and introduce a curriculum of technical bike repair for high school students to get them to think about careers, launching into other hands-on careers, engineering and such.
And I will tell you that, yes, Calvin is retiring. He's not going to be coming into the building every day, but he's got some projects underway. And you mentioned finishing the bike.
Right.
So that's a goal of yours. Yeah. So we are going to get a few more videos in the same style and so on. And you have to remember, all the old videos aren't going anywhere. So if we complete the bike, then in theory, we'll have a more complete library.
Right. Oh, yeah. We started this, we called it Wave 1, is you own the bike, and we'll do videos to help you. And then Wave 1 is truing a wheel. Wave 2 would be building a wheel. So, on the bike, we're not quite there, but we're getting close.
Right. So my point is, you'll still see Calvin around here and there. You are going to do some events coming up. You will be at the London Ice Bike. That's in early February.
Right.
And then you will be at Frost Bike. Those are both trade-only shows. And then we just talked this through today, but Calvin will be making a guest mechanical, as a guest mechanic at Sea Otter this year.
That's right. Sea Otter's
So Calvin is in his element at Sea Otter.
It's a fun time. The kids are ripping around and terrorizing. The middle-aged kids are terrorizing the small kids, and the parents are going crazy, and it's a blast.
Yeah. And if you haven't seen our setup at events, we put out repair stands and tools, and then we want you to get your hands on your bike and help you out. Of course, it doesn't always work that way, but the idea is, let's take the mystery out of the bike. You take that fork off.
That's right.
You adjust the rear derailleur.
Yeah.
I'll tell you how.
We have not yet cut a fork too short. So.
Thank you for that. Because we don't carry things. We don't carry parts.
We don't. No parts.
Yeah. Okay. I had one thing set up to give you as a token of appreciation. This isn't like your retirement gift, but I just want to let you know we're doing a 50th anniversary TS2.
50th anniversary.
It's the 50th anniversary of the TS2 professional wheel training stand. We are going to do 50 gold TS2s, and you get number 29.
That's
for
excellent.
29 years at Park Tool.
What fun.
I got to come clean. They're at the powder coater now,
Yep.
so they weren't ready. I spray painted one. It didn't turn out so well. So you just have to think of that. But stay tuned. In the next month or two, we'll kind of show that off. And
Let's bring that to Sea Otter.
there you go.
That'll be fun.
We will do that. All right. In conclusion, Calvin,
Yes, sir.
Park Tools perspective, my perspective, you can find a lot of video out there showing you how to fix your bike. There is only one Calvin Jones. We will not work to replace you, but to build onto the solid and thorough teachings that you've given us all. Yes, Park Tool will continue to make educational materials, including repair help videos. But remember, the videos featuring Calvin will live on in perpetuity. But of course, as mentioned, there's only one Calvin Jones.
Thank you.
Calvin, we wish you the best. And I don't want to say final, but any words for today you can leave us with.
Yeah, I think so. I want people to have some confidence to jump in and try stuff. And remember, after all, it ain't rocket science, but it actually is rocket science. Go get them.
All right, we're back. To wrap things up, I just want to let you all know we are going to be at some events coming up. We will be at CABDA in Chicago for the trade. Also a trade show is Ice Bike in the UK. Truman and I will be there. Those are both in the first part of February. And then at the end of February, we will be at Frostbike, also a trade event. And then consumer events, we will be at Sea Otter in April, and we will be at Bentonville Bike Fest. It's around the end of May, I think.
Yeah, they moved it to some June, a little bit mid-June, I think.
Mid-June.
Where they moved.
All
it.
right.
A little warmer, so it'll be
Yeah,
fun.
and less tornadoes.
Hopefully less tornadoes, I think is the
Right.
main goal.
All right, I think that's it. Thanks for watching, and we'll do this again as soon as we get a bunch of new products, which we've got a lot in the pipeline. And thanks for watching.
Thank you.